Yeah, look, disappointing result for us, bad day. Probably our first real bad day since the MK Irish loss. And look, we haven't done many of those really since October sort of time. We've been doing pretty well since then. But look, disappointing for us. There was a lot of things that we didn't do right, and that starts for me really in terms of our approach. Some of the ways we set up, some of the things that we tried to do on the day. And then, we hurt ourselves in the worst ways possible. It's disappointing losing Frankie obviously early in the game, and we had to make some adjustments around that. And look, I felt that we stuck in the game pretty well for the first half, up into the goal, so first 40 minutes, without really being able to assert ourselves on the game as I'd like. Poor goal for us to give away, because it actually came from a spell where we had the ball and kind of overcomplicated things a little bit and lost the ball, and then conceded, and we didn't really react after Desi made a good save. So that was disappointing. And then look, you start how we did at the start of the second half, you kind of end any chance in the game, and then look, we then went and hurt ourselves even more in terms of the sending off. So yeah, as I say, bad day. Overall though, look, we've been doing pretty well, and those lessons, although they're difficult, they're good for us, and they're necessary a little bit. Certainly from a coaching perspective, you go to a place like Cockfosters, it can take a little bit of time to work out exactly how you need to set up and what you need to be able to do. Just disappointment that we didn't really kind of put the plan in place that we needed to. And I think we tried to play the game that we wanted to play as opposed to the game that we needed to play. And look, if you do that against good sides, that's what's going to happen. Yeah, so no outgoings, no incomings really. Look, Frankie obviously picked up an injury early in the game at Cockfosters, so he's going to be a doubt for the weekend. We'll get him assessed tonight properly and understand the kind of the extent of the injury. So we'll need to know about him. We're going to lose Jamie for a few games now, obviously with his sending off, so that's disappointing. But we'll provide opportunities for other players to come in potentially. And then really it's just the lads who have been injured still working their way back. So some of them are now available to us. Some are getting very close in terms of being available. So overall the squad health's in a pretty good place, and it's competitive. We'll look to try and involve James potentially at the weekend. Obviously, look, he's joined from Tring. We managed to get some minutes for him on Saturday elsewhere, but he'll come back into the fold. So yeah, overall squad health's pretty good. The competition's still there. Look, we're going to be a few players light in terms of Saturday, but we've got players ready to step up. Another really tough away game. They were in and around where we are in the league. Started the season really well. We know obviously from the first game of the season it was a close game, and they deservedly took the result that day. And they had a good start to the season. Maybe a little bit of a dip in the middle, but actually if you look at their recent form, it's pretty strong. They've got some good results and have come off a good win at the weekend. So look, they're another team that don't really concede too many goals, so we're going to have to work hard for the chances we create, and we're going to need to be in a position to be able to take them and perform better than we did in that aspect last weekend. Look, it's going to be a typical Spartan game. I say that quite regularly because there's not a lot of difference between the teams on the day. It's normally about the team that kind of takes their moments best. So look, we're going to need to put ourselves in position to be able to do that. We're disappointed to concede 3 goals on Saturday. Look, our defensive record, again, really in the last couple of months has been really good, and so to concede 3 is a real disappointment for us. So that's something that we'll need to address and make sure that we don't see a repeat of on Saturday. And if we do that, we give ourselves a chance in the game, and then it'll be about our quality and making our moments count. Yeah, so London Lions here will be another really good test. Look, we've played them twice already this season. I thought in the league game, we weren't really competitive, and that was disappointment for us. I think that if I looked at the season, up to now in kind of 2 different halves, I look at that as like the end of the first half of our season so far. After that we went and won at Potton, and we kind of went on a pretty decent run after that for a little while. And really kind of built up to now. So it was kind of the end of that stage, and we've changed a few personnel since then, but look, that was a disappointing day for us. We went there in the cup as well, and we lost on that day. That was a little bit of a different type of squad that we put out in the team that day. So look, it's going to be a really good test. They've had an excellent season so far. They've got good quality. They're playing the good brand of football, that they're going to score goals. You're going to need to be able to defend well against them. There'll hopefully be opportunities for us that we'll be able to capitalise on, but we're going to need to work hard for them, like we do against, like I say, any opposition. So look, expect a really good test, but we've been pretty good at home. I've touched on it in the past. Our defensive record certainly as well over really the whole season at home has been pretty good, but particularly recently, it's been tough for teams to score often against us. We're going to need that again. And yeah, look, against the best teams in the league, as we found last weekend, if you're not on it and on it for the 90 plus minutes, you're going to find it difficult. So we're going to need to be that as well on Tuesday night.